Well, I'm glad to announce that joining us on the show tonight in the last hour is the one and only Mr. Mauricio Sulaiman, who is, I think, en route to Mexico City. Normally he's there or he's in America, but he's en route to Mexico City from Puerto Rico. Sir, what are you doing in Puerto Rico?
We came here to meet the 4 presidents of the boxing organizations. The WBO had their executive meeting, so myself, I flew in as WBC, Daryl Peoples as IBF, Gilberto Mendoza Jr. as the WBA, and of course Paco as a host. We had a very positive meeting, and I'm very excited. I'm looking at things that are very good for the sport. Unity is much needed in all aspects, and I'm certain that this will come up with good plans for the future.
Do the gloves come off with you 4 guys ever or not?
They were never on. They were never on. It was a very friendly, respectful, all cards on the table meeting. So I'm very happy, very excited of things that we need to do, because as Pink Floyd says, together we stand, divided we fall.
Oh, exactly. Just summarize for us what you can publicly, what the big changes the 4 of you would like to make together, or that you're putting forward, or, you know, just so that we can get an idea of what changes may come about with the 4 sanctioning bodies, Mauricio.
Well, basically, one of the keys is the goal of having unified champions, of having undisputed champions. The public always cries out loud, wishing to have 1 champion per division. So we have Josh Taylor right now, we have Teofimo Lopez, and Saturday there most likely will be a unified undisputed champion in the Canelo plant. There was a fight with Charlo and Castaño, which ended up in a draw. So, but it's a tendency. We want to see unified and 1 champion per division, but we have to address what happens with the mandatories. So we have ideas that we're working on to try, number 1, to have unified champions, move towards unifications. Number 2, how to address the mandatory situation of every division.
Will women's, one of the things that's been coming up that we've been discussing this week with the likes of Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, Chantal Cameron, is that in women's unification fights, that we've started to talk to them about, should they be doing, Michaela Mayer, should they be doing 3-minute rounds, not 2-minute rounds? And do you think we might move towards that eventually as well?
No, that's a very sensitive point for the WBC. We have done a lot of research and work. Safety is the paramount. It's the only priority. And unless there's a absolute proof on the medical side that it would be safe for a woman to fight 3-minute rounds,
yeah,
unless there is that solid study, we will not change as WBC. The woman, this is not sexist. Women have a different
physiognomy,
composition.
Yeah.
There's 80% higher tendency for concussion. So we have to be very careful with safety first. So, but we're looking into it. We're funding a study in UCLA, so we're working on that.
Finally, Mauricio, well, I don't know if this is going to be finally, because we might lead on to other things here, but I know you've got to catch a plane shortly, which is, obviously we had the situation over here this week that Dillian Whyte got injured, or last week rather. The Otto Wallin Dillian Whyte interim title fight, WBC, was supposed to go ahead tonight. Obviously, Chantal Cameron Mary McGee headlining instead at the O2 Arena. Brilliant to have women headlining. And Whyte says, you know, he's 6 weeks out. Wallin and his promoter Dimitri Salita say, you know, really by rights they should reschedule and fight them. Fury and Sugar Hill and his team saying, yeah, Frank Warren, we're happy to fight Dillian Whyte next if it's Dillian Whyte, or the winner of Whyte Wallin. Where does the WBC stand now on having ordered the winner of White Wallin to face the winner of Wilder Fury? We've got the winner of Wilder Fury with the Fury fight. How do we stand with the mandatory or the interim title holder?
Well, the WBC order was very clear that the winner of Fury Wilder has 1 month to try to secure the ultimate unification against Usyk, who defeated Joshua. If they are not capable of doing such, then the WBC will go with a mandatory, which is the interim champion.
Yeah.
So we have received from the British Boxing Board of Control the medical certification that White could not fight Wallin because of an injury. So we are going to do what we publish, and that's the way we're moving forward.
So did you already say that the interim is the mandatory then? You've said that, have you then?
Yeah, we said that in the
clearly. Yeah. I'm just looking back now. The last time I saw you was in Las Vegas. It was fantastic for the international brigade to be together again. It means so much to be in the mecca of huge fight nights in Las Vegas together and break bread together. It's always amazing for us all to be together. What a fight between Fury and Wilder for the WBC heavyweight belt. It was worthy of one of the great events, wasn't it?
Oh my God. It's perhaps the best fight I have ever seen live in my life. It had all the elements, drama, power, the willpower to win by both going to the canvas. And it was just electric. It was electrifying. It was humbling to see Deontay Wilder so brave and so willing to do whatever he had to do to get his title back. That dramatic 10 round at the end of the round, when everything seemed that he was just going to go down. But that's boxing, and it was the heavyweight championship of the world. And the world now is excited about the heavyweights, about boxing, about the great fights being with public again after 2 years of suffering from uncertainty and depression and mental health. So it's a great time. It gave all of us a boost. Where we are in boxing or sports, he gave us just a great enthusiastic boost.
It was funny, and earlier on stage, just to let you know, I spoke to Sugar Hill Stewart, and he was saying to me he was genuine that he and Tyson would happily go into Anthony Joshua's camp and help him to fight Usyk in the build-up, because they want the fight with him for the undisputed title, because they know that most of the fans in the world would love to see Fury against Joshua. It's just one of those fights that the world wants to see,
Yeah, it's a heavyweights at its best. I'm very proud of Fury to be our champion. He represents the best as a WBC champion. He does a lot of charity work, and his family is beautiful. The loyalty that he shows with pride to be the WBC champion is humbling. So I'm just very happy that we're going through this moment.
And Mauricio, I know you probably won't make it to Canelo versus Caleb Plant tomorrow in the United States, or will you?
Yes. I'm flying on Tuesday to go to Canelo Plant.
Oh, you will be there. Oh, you're always there. Brilliant. Enjoy the event. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and I appreciate your time very much.
Thank you so very much, and it's a great moment. Congratulations to British boxing fans. It's a dream happening. The power of England and Britain is overwhelming, and as a fan, they are enjoying great moments. So congratulations.